it's me, Stevie Nicks. Just kidding, it's Ronald. Ronald MacDonald. I'm not funny. Hello everyone, my name is Ronnie and I does makeup, and today we're gonna get into the introduction of my project pan. I say mine. I'm kind of taking the 101 most magical pans on earth created by, I can't remember the name, so here, and I'm kind of revamping it, making it my own, making it more focused on eyeshadow because I have a lot of eyeshadows. And yeah, so if you want to see how I got this look, the 5 eyeshadows that I'm focusing on, and kind of like my overall plan for how this is gonna go, keep on watching. All right, so for the 101 most magical pans on earth, obviously it's Disney related, which is fine. I'm not like a Disney adult, but I did like that it's a big project pan with a lot of things that I can work on and change and switch out. I actually tried this a couple years ago, but it kind of got to the point where I was just like focusing on doing the same thing with the same 5 eyeshadows just to use them. I kind of got burnt out, so I'm gonna do my best to avoid that, and we'll see where we go from here. So for this project pan, it's 101 eyeshadows. So there's a spreadsheet with everything. I threw all the numbers into a random number generator, and I got 5 things to work on. So first up is from the Colourpop Precious Metals. This is Iced Out. It's for Anna and Elsa. Originally, it was 2 products that go together, but I just kind of changed it to like an ice themed product just because I need something with a little bit more structure right now. Next up is Flounder, which is a product that your best friend swears by. My best friend isn't exactly into makeup, so I figured I'd use what my best makeup friend uses a lot, which would be her own palette. I went to high school with Amy Loves Makeup, so I have her palette, and I'm gonna use lavender because it is stunning and gorgeous. That's actually what I have all over my lid. And yeah, I figured that it feels weird to pan a product that like someone you know made, but it's not because I want to get rid of it, it's because I want to use it and I want to feel its beauty all over my face. I don't know. Next up is Dole Whip, which is a pastel product in any palette. So I chose Hannibal Bates from the Adept, from the Adept and Arrow collab. That's the issue with me and like collab products. I'm like, it's only available for a limited time. I need to like get it and collect it, but it's makeup and it expires. So actually I need to just use it. So I'm using it. Next up is Bashful, which used to be a red lipstick, but I moved it to a product that you have to build because, to be quite honest, I'm never gonna use a red lipstick. And I chose Too Much, which happens to also be from the Colourpop Precious Metals palette. For palettes, I limited myself to 5 eyeshadows. So I'm not just like trying to pan individual palettes. I feel like this will help me get a good mixture of things, but also, you know, yeah, it's cool to have 2 shadows in this one palette, and that leaves up space in my vanity. And also I figured it might be good to have a couple of transition shades just because I can't use every single standout eyeshadow, every single look. I need something to kind of, you know, transition. All right, and finally I have Goofy, which is a product with a funny name, and from my McGrath Mothership 5 palette, I chose Extreme Aubergine. Extreme Aubergine in and of itself isn't funny. However, aubergine is kind of like an inside joke with my best friend and I. So it's funny to me, and I'm really happy that I pulled this in lavender because I think they work really, really well together. So yeah, those will be the 5 eyeshadows that I focus on. I figured that I'd do like an update every month, and I'd also go over like empties or other things that I've panned that month. First up is a makeup pan that I got. So this is the Colourpop blush in Shook to the Coral. I don't know if you'll be able to see it that well. There's a little baby pan right there. I'll put a picture up and it'll be better. This blush is beautiful, but it is very powdery, so it feels kind of like, did I earn this pan? But also it's a pan and a face product, so I'm proud of myself. I'll probably keep using this until I get a little bit more of a pan in it, a little bit more of a substantial pan in it, and then kind of switch it out for another one. I'm also kind of, but not really, trying to pan this Marc Jacobs Beauty 3-in-1 compact. So I have a bronzer, a blush, and a highlighter, which I actually have gotten a fair amount of use out of. So I might use that as like a topper or something like that. So unofficially panning these, let's see where we get with it. my focus on this was really eyeshadow. I think I do have 2 blushes and 2 highlighters for categories that are like things that are too pretty to pan, things that you're scared to disrupt the embossing on. It's like, yeah, Pat McGrath is just beautiful and expensive, so I was scared to use it, but it's like I bought it for the sole purpose of using it. All right, moving on to a body pan. This is the Holiday 2024, I think, massive Brazilian Bum Bum cream. I have finally used this. I don't use it every day, I think, but I do think that it took me a good like 6 months to finish this. So I'm really happy for myself. I love Brazilian Bum Bum cream. I do have a couple of other body creams that I need to use, but I can see myself rebuying this. All right, next is the Peter Thomas Roth Peptide Skin Injection Serum. So what's fun about this is you can just buy the refill if you want. So this is my first time using it. I don't mind it, actually. I have a lot of serums. I have a lot of skincare. So once I go through most of the rest of my skincare, I can see myself rebuying this serum. So I'm gonna keep this little bit. It'll save me a couple dollars if when I repurchase, but I'm really happy to have to have finished a skincare product. And finally, I have my L'Oreal Paris Revitalift Moisturizer. It is completely empty. This isn't something that I bought because I wanted to try it necessarily. I went to Mississippi for work and my bag was lost. So all the skincare and things that I had previously bought were gone, and I wasn't gonna be there for a month and a half and not do skincare. So I went to the BX and I bought I think I bought these 2 actually. I think I bought this too actually. Yeah, I bought a day and night cream. And yeah, I'm done with the night cream. I'm kind of using this and this in the morning, so I'm kind of flipping back and forth between the 2. I don't know what it is with my skin. I'm sure I've talked about this before and I just can't remember it, but I cannot use just sunscreen. It burns my skin. I don't know what it is. My eyes water, it messes everything up. I have to use sunscreen that is infused into like a moisturizer, and even then it can't be like above SPF 30. I don't know what it is. I promise I'm using my sunscreen when I can. It just hates me. It just hates me. But yeah, that is everything that I have used this month. The beginning intro to my Project Pan intro video, April 2026. If this doesn't come out in April, shame me in the comments. But yeah, I'm really excited to get going on this. Excited to expand my makeup journey and kind of fall back in love with everything. So if you want to see how I got this eye look, keep on watching. Hi. That's obnoxious. Anyway, hi, it's me. All right, I'm taking Extreme Aubergine on a fluffy brush. I'm just gonna kind of lightly stamp it on my outer corner and in my crease. It's darker than I thought it would be. Okay, I mean, it is extreme. So I know this is a Project Pan, but I don't want it to be like, I'm gonna use the same 5 shades from the same 5 palettes and create the same look over and over again until I run out of eyeshadow, or until I pan these eyeshadows. So I'm just gonna have fun. Since this is purple and the shimmer that I intend to go with is kind of purple, lavender, I think it's gonna be a good time. So like I said, I'm just lightly stamping it on my outer corner and up into my crease just a little bit. There's not a whole lot of fallout, which for how dark of a shade it is, I'm really impressed with. I wish Pat McGrath put the shade names on the palette. So I'm gonna take the second shade from the top left and use that to blend out this Extreme Aubergine. I'm really excited to get into Project Pan. I really want to fall back in love with makeup. When I get sad, I kind of just let my passions go to the wayside. So I need to make like a conscious effort to keep doing what I love and keep expressing myself how I want to express myself. I filmed 2 videos. I don't know when or if they'll come out because I was really struggling. And it was like, okay, just like, they're gonna be awful. The first couple are gonna be bad. Just knock them, get them out of the way. And then I just sit there and I look at the footage and I just, The only problem with that is I don't want to scrap it because one is a 3 looks 1 palette, which thankfully I did that and it was all one, and if I do scrap it, it's one video, because yeah, you see me get less and less awkward through filming in the transition, and part of me just thinks that it'd be really cool to like put out, because maybe it won't be as bad as I think it is. Maybe I'm just being weird. And the other one is a 2+ hour declutter that I don't want to let go to waste, but it's my first declutter and it's kind of a mess. So we'll see if when those see the light of day. I'm also not giving myself any sort of like time limit on this project pans. I mean, it's 101 pans and I'm making it so it's going to be mostly eyeshadow. So I'm going to use them as I use them. If this takes a year, great. If it takes forever, I don't care. I tried doing this project pan before and I think I got pretty far. I say pretty far. I think I panned like 10 things, which is good for me, but I think I just got overwhelmed and I needed to set more. I think I needed to set better expectations, because I was doing what I previously mentioned, where I was just like, I have a project pan that I'm doing, and I think I gave myself a timeline of like a year. I was doing the same look every day with the same eyeshadows just to kind of like get it done. It's like, no, that's not really appreciating what I have. Here's this so far. I don't mind it. It's a little cool toned. Don't know if that matches my my rose gold, but that's okay. I'm using that same brush that I stamped with extreme aubergine on it, not putting any more product on, but I'm just lightly doing my lower lash line. I really do like the bit of purple with my brown eyes. Same thing with the blending brush that I just blinked into my eye. Oh my god. Same thing with the blending brush. No extra product, but just kind of blending out what I put on my bottom. All right, my next product is Lavender from my Amy Loves and Adept palette. It feels weird to pan something that a friend from high school created. However, I need to use it and I need to appreciate its beauty. All right, on this flat brush, I'm just gonna stamp it right on. I didn't cut the crease or anything. Look at that. A little bit of it fell out. I guarantee you this eyeshadow would be better applied with a finger. However, I hate the feeling of things on my fingers. Oh, wow. That's beautiful. It just seamlessly blends into the purple. I'm really happy that I pulled extreme aubergine with this. This wasn't planned. I just kind of threw everything I had into a random number generator, but I am super, super happy. Oh, wow, okay. I guarantee you this looks a lot more stunning in person. This is such a cool, this is like if, it feels like if holographic, but it's not holographic. It's iridescent, I know, but it's just, it's every iridescent. I'm really bad at describing things. I'm sorry, Amy, I'm doing this a disservice. There we go, okay. I just realized that I didn't do my brows. That's gonna suck if the brow, that's gonna suck because I use a gel and sometimes it gets on my, you know what? It's a 10 minutes from now me problem. And for my inner quarter, I'm taking Iced Out from the Colourpop Precious Metals palette. I think that might be a little too stark. Okay. Drama. What I do to one side, I gotta do to the other. I'm not gonna use it on my brow highlight. I think that would just be too much, but let me put on brows, lips, and finish the look, and I'll be right back. I am back, and this is the final look, and I'm really happy with the start of this project plan. I keep wanting to say that. I'm really happy with this project pan. I really like this look. I think this is a great way to start it off. I'm going to Outback Steakhouse tonight, so you know, Australia, but make it glam, I guess. So yeah, let me know what you think down below. Let me know what you want to see next. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!